Hello everyone. I hope you are all doing good, keeping yourself safe and staying at home. So today we are going to discuss about how we can make a simple game in Adobe Animate. Okay, so we are just going to talk about uh, simple questions, and you have multiple options to answer from or choose from there, and how we can create that beautiful game in Adobe Animate. So let us start with Adobe Animate. So it is taking time depending upon your machine, so just bear with me until it opens. Okay, so in today's lecture what we are going to discuss is not something that you have heard before. We are just going to create some action scripts, we are just going to create some buttons, and we are going to create some scenes. So that is we have already done, but this will make you understand how to make a simple uh, quiz kind of a game, where if you are planning something that you want to do for school children and for chaos kind of thing, so there you can create these lovely quizzes, and it takes very less time. All you have to think is the aesthetics, the way that you are going to present your quiz to your viewers, that you have to look for. Okay, so first, okay, I'm going to choose the medium. Okay, please remember action script 3 is already clicked. So if you are making it for phone, so you can choose with the different templates that are already available in Adobe Animate. So I'm going to with the medium one, that is 800 by 600, that is the computer monitor screen size. So I'm going to create that one. Okay, so please remember the aesthetics, because that has marks in your assignment as well. So please be careful with the color combinations and those things. Please do not make it a simple one with black and white theme. Okay, so you have to use some aesthetics. So today we are going to discuss about that. When you are having dark background, you have to have your light text, and similarly if you are using dark light background, you have to use dark text. Okay, so first I'm going to change some scene color. Okay, okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a question. Okay, for question what I can do is I'm just going to create, for example, a text box. Okay, so in fill. Okay, so I have chosen the option that I only want the outline. Okay, so now, for example, if this is my text box that I have created, okay, please remember to layer your name your layers accordingly. Okay, okay, so I'm just going to drag and reposition my text box. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a text box. Okay, so what is the capital of Oman? So if you look at this text, is quite big, so I can make it a bit smaller. Okay, it's going upward, so I'm just going to make it here. Okay, question mark as well. Okay, make it a bit smaller by selecting the text. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is one of my question. Okay, so now I need some answers for that one. So I can create one more text box over here. One is, for example, num. Okay, so what I can do is I can change the format for this, or you can say I can change the color. Okay, so for a darker one, for example this one. Okay, so what is the capital of Oman? Okay, so this we can make it a bit smaller, so answer needs to be a bit smaller, for example. Okay, that is better now. Okay, now this is what we have created. Okay, so now when I click this one, it will go to another scene. Okay, and so on. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to make it as a button. So making a button, you have to convert it to a symbol, and from here we choose the category of button. Okay, so this is choice 1. Okay, so that is we have created one button. Plus, if you remember, if I take the output of this screen or my scene, so you can see this button will only be applicable on the text. So you remember that we have discussed how we can use the hit option to create the complete link. So I'm just going to double click on it, and here I'm just going to give insert keyframe, and on hit insert keyframe. And now on hit, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create an area where when the user will go, it will have an hit impact, and that's what is enough for us. So now we can see that the button is playing properly. Okay, so now we are going to create the other options. Okay, so what I am doing now, okay, for this one, because I have already created the button. Okay, so now I cannot change it. If you want, I cannot change this button. So here what we can do is, I'll go back, and before making the copies of it, I will create another text over here. Okay, I'll change the color of the text. That will be, for example, black. To and that is muscat. Okay, so now I'm going to arrange my text accordingly. So if I look over here, the spacing is less, so I can make some spacing. Okay, now you can use this option that is available, that is Control Alt and drag. Okay, and this will create the copy. Okay, so now this is 2, This is 3 and we call it Nizwa. This is 4 and we call it as Salada. Okay, so that is much better now. Now we are going to convert it into buttons and do the similar procedure. Okay, we modify it, convert to symbol. We'll make it as a button. If you want to name it as option, or you can use this, I'm just using it as symbol 2. Okay, so there, instance choice 2. Okay, here I'm going to convert it to symbol button choice 3. Choice 3. Now I'm going to use option 4 and symbol, and here it will be choice 4. Okay, that's done. Now same thing I'm going to do over here, double click on it and use F6 as a shortcut, and in head I'm going to create hit area. Similarly I will do the same for Nizwa. So press F6 and now I'll make the hit area, and I'll go back, and similarly I will do the same for Salala. Okay, that is done. Okay, also I will save this file. Okay, so I don't want my work to be lost. I'll name it as quiz. Okay, now what I am going to do is I'm going to click on Musanna or Musquez, Nizwa, Salala, so it will work fine. Okay, so if you look at it over here, I'm not utilizing my whole scene or a stage, whatever you want to say. So now it is much better. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make an action, and here I'm going to use the option stop. Well, now I will be going to make different other scenes for my quiz. Okay, before going on to the quiz, we need a good background. Okay, so for that you can go to your Google free vector backgrounds. As usual, please download background and use them. Okay, so see if we have this thing, this one. Okay, so this one, so this one is all free downloads. Okay, let's see. Over here, okay, so this is very good background. So here you can browse through different backgrounds that makes you, for example, we take this one, but okay, so please remember that, no, I didn't click this one, click this one. So please remember this thing. So download free background, that is okay. So DMC copyright compliance is there, and if you look over here, so just for your understanding, we'll use this one to make you understand how we can do that. Okay, so free for commercial with attribute. Please give a backline to all freedownload.com without any attribution. Just buy and commercial license. Redistribution is forbidden. Okay, this is only for our understanding, but look at the file size. This is too big. Either you can embed it in your quiz, or you can do one more thing. Just copy and paste it. Oh, okay, copy image. Sorry, copy image. I did the wrong, and paste it over here. Okay, so now what happened is we have put it in the same layer. We don't want this one, so I'm doing Control Z. I'm going to create a new layer, and in that layer I'm going to put it. Okay, so if we look at this one, okay, let me make this a bit smaller so I can change the layer down. So now it's embedded in the, so okay, so I'll just name it to background. Okay, so if we do the free transformation using shift key, okay, so it's not completely coming, so we okay, so now we take the output. This is just for your understanding, so you can try different themes, background, just in order to make sure what suits your quiz much better. Okay, so this one looks pretty much better, but what if I'm going to just put this in my over here? Okay, now see the difference. This looks much better. Okay, so depending upon your requirements, your needs, you can use this thing. So this is one thing that I have created. Now I'm going to create different scenes for my correct answer and the wrong answer. So that was the first main reason that I have created the script, action script for stop. Now go to Windows, and I'm going to go to C. Okay, so here I'm going to create a scene. Okay, so this is my scene 1, so this is my home. Please remember the case sensitivity. Okay, so this will be the correct. Okay, I'm going to add another one, and this will be wrong. Okay, so this is what I have created as the scene. So now I can go and make it as the option of correct. So now I'm going to make a rectangle. Okay, so this is my correct. Never forget to name the layers. Okay, so you can use Control K. Okay, so different options are there, so you can use this one, or you could just line it to where you think that it is best suitable for your. So this thing why it happened like this. Okay, let me check. Okay, so I don't want this thing to be like this, or if you want, you can use different. Okay, so for example, fill, I want a green one. Okay, this thing. Okay, so here I can add this fine. Okay, and add text of white color. Okay, your answer is correct. Okay, and I'm going to make it a bit bigger. Make it in the edges. Okay, so when I'm going to click on muscat, then what happen is this scene should be coming. So I'm going to again make a script and make it stop, because I don't want to make this scene go in the loop. Okay, so this is for the correct one. Okay, so what I can do is I just copy this one, I'll go to the wrong. Okay, your answer is okay, your answer is incorrect. Okay, so I can do some, your answer is wrong, yes, it is outside the screens. Okay, now as it's wrong, so I can give it to red color. So your answer is wrong. Okay, so again I'm going to change the layer to wrong, and I'm going to use the stop action script again over here. Okay, so this is what I have done for my, okay, so now what we are going to do, okay, so if I click over here, okay, so now I'm going to click right click actions. Okay, so here we are going to use a code snippet. Okay, so as you remember that we have to use the timeline navigation, go to scene and play. Okay, so first you have to click on the object and then click on the scene and go. So you will be having this thing, choice 1, add event listener. So which scene we want to go, because Musandam is wrong. Okay, so we'll click on wrong and we'll see if it is working, so we can code the rest of the, so this is fine, it is working fine. Okay, so now similarly we are going to add action script again. Okay, so code is snippet, we are going to change muscat, go to scene, over here it is correct, so please remember that it is case sensitive, so be careful with that one. Similarly I will click on Niswa, go to scene, and here it is wrong, and similarly for Salala it will be wrong. Okay, so this is done. Let us run this one. So if we click on muscat, it is giving us your answer is correct. Now see this thing, now we cannot go back. Okay, so we have to close this one and let us see the Salala. So if the code is working, yes, it's working. Okay, So I'm going to save the file, and now we have created this thing. So now what you can do is, for example, on your this screen you can create a home button, because the problem that we face that we cannot go back to the main screen. So you can create a home button. Okay, so you can download from the website free vector icons, or it's up to you. If you are using that, you have to again do the same hit options that we have talked about, that you have to create a hit area, because when you're downloading, and also PNG format, not JPG, because then it will not have a transparent background. Okay, so you can download anything from the internet that works for you. Okay, I'm using this option import to library, and I have already imported this web.png. that is, in the previous lectures we have downloaded this icon, so that I have already imported over here. So this is web.png over here. Okay, so don't forget to use the shift key. Okay, so I can put it over here. It's like big one. Okay, so that is fine. I'll double click on it. Okay, convert to symbol. Okay, so here you can click on, for example, graphics or button or movie click, it's up to you. Okay, I'm just clicking on this. If I click on this graphics, okay, so then I can only change this thing. So what I have to do, if I convert symbol into button, because I need a button, and I can play with all the options over here, that is up, over, hit and other things. So like for example, in hit I can create the hit area. Okay, so if it is over, I can click and so on. Okay, so that's what I have done. Okay, so click on over. Okay, on over I can make it a bit bigger. Okay, down I can make it a bit smaller, so just to give an idea how it will work. Okay, and that's it. Now I have to create the linking. So what I have to do is I have to create action script. Okay, code snippet. Okay, this is already clicked. Okay, go to scene and play. Okay, instance, that is already, because I haven't created the instance. Okay, as I converted it to a button. Okay, so that will work fine for us at this moment. So I'm just going to copy the same thing, and I'm going to go to the wrong home page. Oh. And I will put it over here. If I double click it, already it's the same thing that we have done. Okay, so I'll change the name to home button. Similarly for type 1, this one is home button. Okay, that's fine, it is working properly. Now I will save it and I will run it. Okay, so this is Sandom. Okay, here it is not working, in the wrong one. So I have to check the action script. Action script. Go to snippet. Okay. So this will be home. Okay, so this is done. Now it will work fine. Okay, so if it is muscat, okay, it is fine. Musandam, fine. Salala. Okay, so now this is working fine, and now I'm going to go on the home screen. Okay, so the reason was I have, if you remember, I have selected all and I have left this space over here. The reason was I can select, and using the control alter option I can create different. Okay, so if you want space, okay, so now what we have done, we have just copy pasted it. Okay, so here, okay, properties. Okay, so you can have this option. Okay, so here what we can also do, we can, like when we made this one, we can create a folder and then we can just copy the folders. So now what you can do is you can just, what is a capital of, for example, UAE. You can change the questions. Okay, so Saudia. Okay, so if you think it is not coming in the text, you can just make it a bit smaller. Okay, so 21 may be enough as a pixel. Okay, and you can change the options. Okay, so you have to redo all the codes. Okay, so because over here we have buttons, so we have different objects, so having 6 questions, having 24 buttons on an instance, we can do that, but it is fine for this moment because we can have different button instances or 24 button instances on one single screen. But if you want to have different other features, so then you have to make it as a movie clip, and then you can input that movie clip or movie scene into your main stage or scene. So you can play with these things, you can create all the options. Okay, so now if we talk about this button, okay, so this is a button and you have to change the choices because first one we have the 2. Here we can change it to different options rather than having 2 as for all the buttons. So I double click for it. For example, for UAE I created a LAN. Okay, so that is fine. Here I change it to, for example, hmm, so see here what happened is I'm just changing the text to make it look how it will be done. Okay, okay. I'm just changing it inside. Okay, I'm not changing it the outside. So this is how you're going to cater this problem. So in order to cater this problem, you have to create the separate buttons for it, as you need to have different options. So creating the buttons, you know, the rest of the code is available to you, so you can create this quiz quite easily. The only thing is you have to, I'm deleting this. Okay, so now you can create different questions and you can create this quiz for your work. Okay, so you can download different backgrounds and see whatever feels or looks best for your quiz. Okay, so we can learn this how it will look like. Okay, so different options are available. Okay, so you can use different questions, and if you want, you can include sound as well. It's up to you. Different options are available. Kindly save the file before you close everything. Okay, so hope you like or enjoyed the making of a simple quiz. So hope you understood the concept. If you have any questions, feel free to ask through MS Teams or by email. Okay, thank you very much. Keep yourself safe and healthy.